Hello everyone, welcome back. Just thought I'd hop on here, make a quick video while I'm clearly breaking stuff. No, I'm just in the office. It's bank holiday weekend, Easter weekend. So I thought I'd keep breaking stuff today. I thought I'd hop in the office and get some odd bits done, like organised bits so we're ready for when we come back. I've been off for a few days, so I've pulled me back. It's still a bit tight. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on here and start talking about the future of fuseboards. My predictions, what we've got, what it will be, all stuff like that. So currently, fuseboards, if I fitted a fuseboard to current regulations, they're basically metal fuseboards. Dual RCD, so you've got two RCD modules, one protecting each side of the fuseboard. In fact, I have got one. In the words of Art Attack, here is one I prepared earlier, and that's basically what they are. They're just big trip switches. There's a little tripping feature here. In the event of a fire or electrocution, they turn off. That's what they do. Great devices. Personally, we don't actually fit them anymore. The problem we found with dual RCD board is that because you've got one RCD protecting each side, if you ever have a problem, you'll lose 50% of your house, which is very impractical, I might add. And also, if it's a fault you've got, you'll lose 50% of your house, and then you'll have to pay for an emergency electrician. Why have I got that? That shouldn't be in there. So yeah, they're not really good. They also lead to a thing called overload, which is because you've got so many circuits protected, you can run the risk that it starts tripping out. Just from overcurrent, basically, too many things plugged into one module. I think you'll get an electric shock, effectively. So yeah, that's why we fit RCBOs, which are somewhere. I need to clean this off. There's got so much stuff everywhere. It's the problem when you're busy. I say it's a problem. I love being busy. I love being in demand. I love doing work. But it does mean after a couple of weeks, you don't know where anything is. But yeah, an RCBO is one of those. Hold on. RCBO is one of these. Now what this means is each one of these has its own RCD built in. So in the event of a problem, it just turns off that one circuit. You just lose the upstairs lights or the downstairs sockets or the cooker or something, which means it's impractical, but life can go on effectively. And yeah, that's what they do. So yeah, we fit RCBOs. They also recommend a thing called surge protection devices now, which we again fit as standard. We never don't fit them. And what they are is they're just a small little module that sits on the side of the fuse board, or in the fuse board, and they protect against over voltage. So if you have too much voltage coming to your house or your property, it will take the difference, take the remainder, and protect anything that's sensitive. So your TVs, your Wi-Fi router, your boiler PCB, your computers, game consoles, all that is voltage sensitive. You send too much voltage in it than what they're rated to, they go poof. Hence why you struggle to use European devices or UK devices now in other countries like America, because they have a different voltage system, it's a different rating. I found out that the hard way actually. I went on holiday to Canada a few years ago. Yeah, they have a similar electrical system to America, and a lot of the stuff I took with me didn't work. It just wouldn't operate under that equipment. Luckily, it was we're higher voltage here, they're lower, so it didn't actually break my equipment, it just didn't work. And then when I came home, it was fine. So that's what we fit now, as standard. In fact, I've got one, I was halfway through getting ready. This is kind of the outside of a standard fuse board we fit. And we put the RCBO modules in here. That's what they look like. But the future of fuse boards, I think, don't get me wrong, I think they're going to start changing very, very rapidly now. my theory is that within the next 5 to 10 years, what will happen is RCBOs will become standard. And I get that. I completely agree with RCBOs coming standard because the price has plummeted. They're so much more practical. They're so much safer to use. And sorry, we've got 11% left on this battery before it dies. Sorry, using the GoPro, I forgot to charge them up. Yeah, and they're so much more practical. They're a bit smarter to operate with. So yeah, I think they'll become standard, which will mean the price will plummet for RCBOs. They're pretty much now still only 20% more expensive than standard dual RCB boards. They used to be about 300% odd. And then also the other thing will happen, fuseboards won't change material, they'll stay as metal now. They won't change at all. But a thing called an AFDD, which is it's recommended / mandatory in certain premises now, will become mandatory on all consumer units. Probably the further end of 10 years from now. And an AFDD stands for Arc Fault Detection Device. And it's virtually, effectively, is one of these with paranoia. That's the easiest way to describe them. How these operate is they wait for a problem to happen and then they turn off in rapid time, like 21 milliseconds or something like that, very, very quickly, which is great. It means something cable starts getting warm and then it turns off quickly. Ooh, an 8%, oh, that dropped. Now what AFDDs do is they detect the sine wave, they analyse the sine wave, and they turn off when the sine wave goes irregular. So electricity flows, it oscillates actually, and it creates a sine wave if you get a machine to analyse it. Now, it will keep tracking this, okay, we're good. But in the event of a fault, right before a problem occurs, it will start going from this to that. Very confusing. So these AFDDs have a microprocessor, and it will analyse this stuff, and it will turn off before it happens. So they're great. Arcs basically mean what they're protecting against is electricity jumping between a loose connection, between two wires, and it's the arc that causes the fire normally. Fires normally start through overheating or arcing. And that's basically what they are. AFDDs they're recommended on socket circuits in high-risk areas, like flats, care homes, HMOs. But I think they'll become mandatory on all fuse boards, which in a sense might be good, because they're expensive now, but they will bring the prices down to everything. So they're about £100 each per module now, like how RCBOs used to be. And now RCBOs are probably plummeting like up to 70% or something in price. And AFDDs will do the same. Yeah, but it could go the other way, which is when they become mandatory, manufacturers may actually increase the price because they know they're required then, it's a better profit margin for them. So keep that in mind now if you're planning on having a fuse board upgrade. It could work out cheaper to have them fitted now before they can become required and the price rises. So yeah, hope this helps. Let me know in the questions if you have any issues. We got 5% battery. God damn it. Yeah, same as always, like, subscribe, comment anything in the channel in the section below. If what your ideas are, from your customer's perspective, from an electrician's perspective. It's interesting to create debates and see what you both think about it. What you think will happen in the future. Would you have an AFDD board fitted now? Or would you wait till they were required? Or would you still not have one fitted even if it was required? Sorry. Electricians' wrists always break. But yeah, and by all means, somewhere there should be videos to watch, and click on them and watch our other stuff. Yeah, alright, all the best. Catch you later.